Good morning, friends, and welcome to Sun Harvest County Fair. I'm Mrs. Alfrey, and I am so excited that you're here today. I miss having you here in the church. I miss all your faces, but I think you're going to be very excited about the things that we're doing this week here at the fair. Before we get started, I want to give you a little tour. So over here, we have the ladies section of the fair, where people submit their knitting or their weaving or their fancy work to be judged by the fair judges. So you can see we've got afghans and quilts, we've got cross stitching, and over here we have photography and other artwork, including ceramics. So these are some of the things that you'd see if you went to a true country fair where they have competitions between the ladies and the men and some of the things they produce. So over on this side, we have some of the crops that have been raised this year and some of the things that have been actually canned and preserved to eat over the winter. So you can see we've got onions and potatoes and all kinds of pickle relishes and things that people have canned or brought fresh to be judged at the fair this year. So no country fair is complete without animals. And so we do have a few animals at our fair. If you can see, we've got our horses, our cows, and our sheep. And we have a whole slew of chickens over here in the poultry section. After you've walked around the fair for a while and you're tired, we have plenty of places to sit and rest in front of our apple trees, where we will be doing crafts this week. Some of our crafts will be done here. And we have another section over here where we'll be doing more of our crafts. So this is our Sun Country Fair setting, and we are going to have a great time this week. So I'm going to get back to my seat and talk to you about today and what we'll be doing today. So in the Bible, it talks about something that we can grow in our hearts, and it's called the fruit of the Spirit. And it's called the fruit of the Spirit because it's the Spirit of God that helps those things grow in us. Every day, we'll be learning about a different fruit of the Spirit and talking about a Bible story that helps illustrate that fruit. So today, Monday, our first day, our fruit is to grow love. And you can see the grapes here. So every time you see grapes now at home or in the store, I want you to think about love, okay? Our Bible verse is, love each other as I have loved you. And that's from the Bible in the chapter called, or the book called John, chapter 15, verse 12. Some of you older children may have a harder, more difficult verse over the today, but this is the verse for our smaller children. So, because it's the first day, I want to explain a little bit about what's going to happen. We, every day, just like at regular Vacation Bible School, you'll be going and doing some crafts. You'll be hearing a story from the storyteller. The teachers will be explaining the lesson to you a little bit more. We're even doing our snacks, just like Vacation Bible School for the last 50 years. So each day, Max and his family will be in the kitchen making the snack for today. So we will all be eating the same snack, only at our houses. We have a couple of special things that we'll be doing this year that are new. One of those things is something called Try This at Home. And the Fennel family all week long have been doing some extra projects to kind of do some more fair-like things that are a little more difficult than the crafts, but things that we can all try at home. So today we'll be going to the Fennels, but we'll also be visiting a local farm. We're going to be going to the Plums, and I want you to try to guess what animal we'll be visiting today. Now I've got some clues, so if you look around where I'm pointing, you might see some of the clues of what animals we'll be seeing today. Have you got an idea? I think if you guessed poultry, you'd be right. Poultry includes turkeys, ducks, and chickens. And at the Plum Farm, we'll be visiting all of those different animals. So we are ready to get started going to the storyteller and learning about our lesson for today. So I will see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Good morning and welcome to Sun Harvest Vacation Bible School. So excited to have you with us. So some of the music that we're going to be doing, today's song is God's Love in Me. And I'm going to show you some of the signs that we'll be using in the music so that if you want to do those as you're singing, you can. If not, just remember it's music time. Get up, dance, have fun, and make it a definite praise to God. So this, we know love, we hug ourselves. And then this is fruit. So you kind of make an okay sign and you put it against your hand. So that's fruit because we're talking about the fruits of the Spirit. And then this is He lives. This is live. If we ever do life, you make fingers and do this. But in this song, we're making L's and we're bringing them up across our chest. And then when we say that we are like Him, we go like this because this means the same. And then this is plan. So you kind of put your hands together and you move it to the side. And then we're going to talk about how it grows. So you kind of come up through the ground and make a tree because it's growing. And you want everyone to see. So you point your eyes and point out at the people. This is God. We come down across our face for God. Again, love. And then whenever we say me, point to yourself because that's you. God loves you. And then more fruits of the Spirit. We have joy. I think we all remember joy from joy, 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 joy down in our heart. And we do fruit again. And then we do peace. You kind of twist your hands and come down very peacefully for peace. So that's peace. And then you'll say that He lives in you again. Patience, kind of go silent on your lips and just bring it down to your chest. That's patience. And then kindness is you just kind of move your palms across each other for being kind. Kind of like you're petting your own little hand, okay? And then goodness, you know good. We've done good before. And faithfulness, we've also done that. Make two okay signs, put them together, and bring them from your tummy out, okay, for faithfulness. And then gentleness, you come down. Again, kind of like, peace was this, and gentleness is this. It's very calming. And then self-control. Something I struggle with. I don't know about you. But you point to yourself, and you go like this, like you were moving the reins or steering a tractor or something, right? Self-control. All right? So that's all our signs. Lots of signs in the first song we do, but I know by the end of the week, you're going to be excellent at them. So here we go. You can clap. Here we go. We're going to start with love.
Love is a part of the fruit of God's Spirit. Love is proof that God lives in me. Love is one of the ways I am like Him. Love is part of God's plan for me. God's love in me grows.
Good job.
Hi, welcome to our story today. We are going to learn about God and how He loves everyone. When God made people, He loved us so much, and He wanted us to know exactly how much He loved us. He wanted everyone to understand the love and the joy and the peace that they could have. But sometimes things get in the way of loving everybody, right? And feeling peace. Sometimes we feel loneliness or sadness. Sometimes people get sick. Sometimes we make not so good choices, right? Sometimes we sin. Those are some of the bad choices that people make. Does God still love us anyway? He does. He does still love us. In fact, He showed us how much He loves us by sending His Son to earth. So, about 2,000 years ago, who was born?
Jesus.
Jesus was born. What was His mom's name?
Mary.
Mary. His mother Mary and His earthly father Joseph had Jesus in Bethlehem. And they raised Him there. They raised Him as a carpenter. And they took really good care of Him, and they showed Him so much love, and they taught Him a lot. He also learned a lot by asking questions. And when he was about 30 years old, he started traveling all over so that he could teach people about God and about love. And so he went all over and traveled, and he talked to people on the roads, and he talked to them in fishing boats and in their houses, and he talked all about God's love. So he showed them their love too. He loved little children. He showed love to people who had really bad diseases, people that were making other people scared of them. Like they might have had really bad sores on them and people were afraid to be around them, but Jesus, He went to them anyway and He healed them. There were people who were sinners, who other people did not want to be around. And Jesus hung out with them too, because He loved them all. He showed love by being with everybody. He loved everyone, but not everybody loved Him, right? What did some people eventually do to Jesus? Yep, they crucified Him. They put Him to death on the cross. But just as He was in His final moments, guess what He did? He forgave the people who were killing Him. He forgave them. That shows a lot of love, doesn't it? It does. But did His story end with hanging on the cross? No, it doesn't end with hanging on the cross. 3 days later, Jesus rose from the grave. His tomb was empty. And people went around and they were a little confused, but then when Jesus came back and He got to see them and they got to see Him, He was able to teach them even more about God and why He had to be crucified, why it had to be that way, that it was God's way of showing His love for us. When Jesus died, He took away our sins. That's how God shows His love for us. That way, even though we sin here on earth still, we are forgiven and we can go to heaven. That's all because Jesus died on the cross. God must have loved us a whole lot to crucify His Son, right? To let His Son die. God really, really loves us. And He wants us to show people love too. So when we let God into our hearts, when we invite Him in and say, God, I love You, I believe in You, I believe that Jesus died for my sins, and I'm going to get to go to heaven someday, that Spirit, it grows in us. And there are 5 fruits of the Spirit. Those are the 5 things that we're going to be studying and learning about at Bible school this week. And there are the fruits of love, that's today's fruit, joy, peace, patience, and kindness. And so we can learn all about those fruits of the Spirit in the Bible and here at Bible school. So I hope that you guys Come back tomorrow to hear another story and learn about another fruit.